to Nolans for some NOLA action. I'm live from New Orleans. Bourbon Street, New Orleans, French Quarter.
Yes.
Hello, New Orleans. The weather forecast is sunny. Why does it rain everywhere I go? I'm live on party.com/world of t-shirts from Joshua Tree. I had a very luxuriating and transcending time.
You always have to love when Josh brings out those pearly yellows to show off for the audience. Now our man, he's been running around. He's out in the desert currently. He was in New Orleans. But the big breaking news is that him and Mr. Based have broken up, and it's unbelievably sad. You know, I'm sitting here crying nonstop thinking about we're never going to get a classic Mr. Bass chase Josh down NYC streets ever again. It's so sad. I mean, he hasn't even hung out with him in like several months at this point, and Josh is going to different cities all the time. And the hot thing that's been going on, obviously, are flybys. Everybody's trying to find where Josh is in a local city that he goes to, and they're pulling off drive-bys. We're even getting knockoff police flybys.
You're unemployed.
No, I'm not.
You've only been to 2 countries.
You're a f***ing cop, bitch. Why would you do that?
Got another drink there, Lizzie.
You stole it.
Oh my God, so embarrassing.
He stole it.
Put the fries in the bag. You're unemployed.
He's not even a cop.
So the flybys are just getting more and more elaborate. You know, the bigger that Josh gets, the more prominent that he promotes his streams in public areas, the more people are going to come out and find him. Now, there's basically like a million examples every time that he goes some locations. So in the future, I'll probably only focus on some of the interesting ones. You know, when you first see that clip initially, you actually think, is this actually a cop? And then immediately after, you know, the flybuyers are going to post their own perspective, and we get that, and Josh is upset. Now, a boiling point has sort of started to build up a little bit because, you know, a couple weeks ago, I talked about how Josh teased the idea of going to rehab. Now, he's still playing that game. He's still playing that charade of, ooh, am I gonna fix my life? Am I not gonna die at 30 years old? Let's find out. Now, we finally, so to get into some of the lore, I guess, about World of T-Shirt viewers, you basically have the trolls, the flybuyers, people like that. You have your commoners who just view things from a distance, and then you have people called saviors. And saviors are people that believe that Josh is being taken advantage of. He can't, you know, make any decision on his own. He's just a helpless little puppy. And finally, we get to see a one-on-one interaction with Josh and a savior who's over here scolding the audience, saying, how dare you guys let him drink, as if anybody truly has to say if Josh is going to drink or not. And it goes about as you would expect.
Stop him from drinking? You're gonna stop him? You would stop him? You would. How are you gonna stop him? Try to stop him.
Stop drinking. It's not
I don't want to stop, I just want to slow down.
No, well, slow down and stop, right?
I don't want to stop forever.
Take
Just
a
slow.
stop. Take a stop. Take a stop. I'm serious. Your life will get so
I'll
much
do it
better.
in moderation.
No, moderation isn't word.
Yes, it does. Don't tell me what to do.
I think I'm letting him drink.
Yes.
So Josh, do I buy you drinks?
I buy them.
Do I ever buy you drinks?
So I feel like you can kind of understand both perspectives in this war against who is truly virtuous in the World of T-Shirts universe. I feel like if you're into this mud pile at all, you probably can't look back and say that you're the most moral person that has ever walked the earth. At the same time, you can kind of see the perspective of like, if Josh wasn't getting attention and he wasn't having these people, you know, chaperone him, lead him around. Now, the question of, are they actually buying him drinks? Who really knows? Because any time that you see him basically go anywhere else, it seems like they're paying for him to eat his food or go to some event or something like that. So, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my perception is incorrect, but who knows? And at the same time, it's like Josh is a fully grown dude. He's gonna get a drink one way or another. I guess the question is, if he had this large posse to make him feel like he's a millionaire rock star running around the USA and the world and whatever, would he still have this perspective if nobody was paying attention to him? It'd be interesting. Now, he's obviously a full-blown alcoholic. He's going to drink regardless, I think. But the question is he going to try and do these crazy antics that he does, consistently posting things online and whatnot? Is he going to follow through with that? If the spotlight isn't on him 24/7, who really knows? But what we do know is that he's having a rough time with, you know, his recent chaperone Tony, who you know, he might not be cut out for the job. And maybe it's Josh deep down inside reflecting on his former love, his former relationship with Mr. Based, and this guy, he just doesn't hold a candle to him.
Okay, it's causing a lot of disruption.
Really?
Like, I'm not capable of doing my job because somebody keeps calling and telling me that things are going on in the bar. So can you stop streaming for a little while?
Yeah,
until
what's
you're
happening?
ready?
No, I'll just go outside. We got a continuous run
We'll go
going.
outside.
We got a long night
We'll
going.
come in with the camera.
That's fine. I don't honestly have a problem with it, except for the fact that it's keeping us from being able to do our jobs.
If we come in a different day without the camera,
As long as I'm not getting phone calls and
Okay.
not able to serve customers due to what's going on.
Okay, we'll go outside. Well, if you make a decision and I don't agree with me, I reserve the right to override it.
I completely agree, Josh.
You know, it's at will employment. I
Josh,
can
you do whatever you
fire
want, bro.
anybody.
You do whatever you want, bro.
Josh gets kicked out on one bar and is instantly thinking, I gotta fire his ass. I couldn't even finish my drink. What type of shithole employer would I be if I didn't fire this guy for not keeping, you know, the mystique around and not allowing me to get absolutely hammered? Now, this kind of, you know, boils into his, I don't even know if it's a dilemma necessarily, but Josh is talking about trying to do a 1 week sober. So he's going to do a sober week or something of the sort, and he's going to fix his life. He's going to turn everything around. It's going to be hunky-dory. It's going to be perfect. However, he sort of starts to get into a bit of a dispute with Tony, and it's not looking good. You know, these two, they're clashing with each other. And after this point, we'll talk about the Mr. Bass thing, and we'll juxtapose, we'll compare them to each other, but we'll see. Maybe Josh, you know, it's kind of like a toxic relationship. Maybe he's trying to get out of this so that he can go back to the sweet, warm embrace of Mr. Based.
You check yourself into inpatient rehab, and I'm with you every day for 2 weeks.
No,
Off stream.
I'm
You're in
an
rehab.
adult.
In
I
my
don't have to go to
rehab,
rehab unless I willfully go.
But wouldn't you kind of
But me and Josh were on the same boat.
I wouldn't go to
No.
rehab. I would just go to detox.
Not doing
Why don't we just
anything.
end the stream? I'm really upset right now.
Why are you
I'm
upset?
upset.
Because you're trying to control me. It's not right.
And how am I?
If I fail the sober week, I'll consider an inpatient detox for 1 week in a hospital.
So Josh is upset that, you know, I don't even know if Tony is necessarily a manager at this point in Josh's career or whatever you want to call it. He's following him around everywhere that he goes, and I think he's helping. I mean, we haven't seen Josh really do a huge collaboration in a while. I mean, I guess the Jack Doherty thing is the closest thing, but I don't know if I would necessarily count that. Anyway, it seems like Josh clearly He doesn't have an interest in actually stopping drinking. And I don't think his body would physically allow him to. You know, I feel like we're at that stage where if Josh is not under, you know, medical supervision, going to like a rehab center in order to adjust his ways, it's not going to happen. And we see that this turmoil that's going on in Josh's life, getting kicked out of bars, having issues with his manager, whatever you want to call him, the constant flybys, it's just building up. And it's building up to this point that that Mr. Bass put out a statement saying that he owns all of the intellectual rights of World of T-Shirts. He owns the meme coin, he owns the name of it, he's copyrighted everything related to all the music that he's put out, all of that stuff, the merchandise, everything. That's under Mr. Bass' name. Now, we sort of get this spurg back and forth where Josh uses like ChatGPT or something to, you know, create a formal letter to go out to Mr. Bass to say, mister, you better stop talking about this man or we're gonna come after you. Now, the unfortunate part is that Josh clearly was trying to make this seem like, oh, this is a formal letter, you know, this is the big deals, except he used the letter U instead of you in the statement, so it doesn't come over very well. And then Mr. Bass puts out a statement that, you know, based on him helping Josh get the party deal, he's gonna sue to get his rightful share back, and that's not gonna make Josh feel very good. And so obviously, before we even move on to the next parts, talk about a little bit Bass, talk about a little bit Josh, clearly this is not going to develop anywhere. There's no copyright out there for the likeness of World of T-Shirts. Now, music-wise, sure, I'm sure that Mr. Bass spent a lot of money getting the studio time so that Josh can record his songs and put them on Spotify and whatnot. Now, is Josh actually making any money off of that? I would doubt it. I would assume that's all in Mr. Bass' name. And I assume that because if you remember the meme coin that they put out, the block coin, well, Josh is concerned because he knows it's in Mr. Bass' name and he wants to reclaim what is rightfully his, but he's unsure if it's been rug pulled yet.
I hope he didn't rug pull that.
Huh?
I hope he didn't rug pull that.
Hey, what?
Based. We're gonna relaunch it because if we don't relaunch it, it's gonna be too painful to remove that tattoo. So that has to be relaunched.
What has to be real?
The block coin. Because Based has control over it still.
A $15 million deal with Marty.
I didn't say anything about 15 million. When did I say 15 million? He's lying. I wanna stop talking to Mr. Bass. I want him to give me the wallet address to the meme coin so that I can get rid of him once and for all.
Now, if you've watched any of my World of T-Shirts content, you know I'm not a fan of Mr. Bass. I'm clearly not the biggest fan of World of T-Shirts either, but I do think it's kind of crazy that Josh is going to throw Mr. Bass out with the bathwater. He's showing no respect at all. Honestly, I feel like if you're comparing like manager arcs and things that Josh was able to do, Josh was able to go do some crazy things with Mr. Bass, and Mr. Bass claims he was the one that helped Josh achieve those goals. And I don't know, I feel like there should be a little bit more appreciation, but Josh is a very self-centered, egotistical person. He likes to manipulate people, and that sort of leads into Mr. Bass' description. Now, Mr. Bass still has glowing remarks for Josh. He's very proud of what Josh has accomplished, but he says that we truly don't understand the true World of T-Shirts.
And it's for reasons that you guys have no idea about, that I do, and you wouldn't believe me. Like Josh Block is the greatest actor of his generation. I go, Flanagan, I can't, you know, I'm like, you didn't spend the amount of time I have with him. You don't know him. You don't understand what he's doing. I go, he's fucking brilliant. This kid is brilliant. And Flanagan's standing around the phone like he's far from brilliant. Flanagan doesn't understand Josh. But Josh plays Flanagan like a Stradivarius. Like, Flanagan doesn't realize what a genius Josh really is. Neither do you guys. And this kid will take the easiest path to huge success that's ever been devised or humanly possible. He's a brilliant young man.
So one manipulator is lauding the achievements of another manipulator, so it's no surprise that he's patting the back of World of T-Shirts. And I think part of it also is he wants the attention of, hey, I helped get this guy started. I helped propel this guy into what he is today. So I also am a very charismatic and successful person out there, which is quite interesting. But I think it all boils down to, you know, I mentioned earlier in the video the like different groups of people that watch World of T-Shirts. The saviors think that Josh is a helpless little puppy, and that's not the case. Josh clearly knows right from wrong. I mean, we've seen him just absolutely obliterate a fish into the ground, just like crazy behavior, but he's only going to do things that propel his career, that make him successful, and he's going to manipulate. He's kind of like Jason Genova in that way. Jason Genova would, you know, get a couple coins, ask the fans for some money. You know, they show up. Oh, you want to buy this T-shirt for $30? Oh, please, signature on it, blah, blah, blah. You know, he'll find ways in order to propel his career and keep it moving forward, which, you know, I don't know. I feel like that's pretty understandable. To act like Josh's whole persona is just like an act, I think is dumb. I think it's very clearly a combination of Josh playing up for the camera, playing up so that he gets what he wants, and at the same time him being just an absolute degenerate. Either way, we as I said, he ends up in the desert somewhere, and the pure alcohol that's running through his veins is making it difficult for him to be able to do any sort of physical activity, and he can't even walk up a hill anymore. We're at that point that he's on all fours and he's crawling, baby.
Alright, get the fuck, let's go. Ow! What was that?
Well, look, you're crawling in the trees. Let's go. You got this.
Oh. 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 Oh.
That wide view angle shot is just absolutely insane. Now, I do want to throw it out there. I would think that Josh would be able to do this personally because he goes to all these different cities and is just wandering around all the time. Now, obviously, the elevational change, that can make it difficult on him. He doesn't do any other physical activity, and he just consumes pure sugar the entire day. Alcohol and sugar, just deteriorating his body. So it's not the biggest surprise. It's kind of like when we watch Only Use Me Blade and Orange, you know, walk up the mountain, and Blade just was having an issue walking 10 feet before he was just absolutely exhausted. I imagine that's what Josh is like. He doesn't get the best nutrition. He doesn't exercise very well. Well, they end up staying inside some weird glass box in the middle of the desert, and yeah, they end up getting swatted.
You still have to come, right, and check.
Yeah, we have to come and investigate it.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing.
Just a heads up, we're on live stream right now, so that's probably
Is
why
that
they called.
okay? Do we need to shut that off?
No, that's fine. I don't care.
I just...
He's autistic.
I was walking through the desert and I scraped my leg, but I'm fine.
Oh, your leg? Let me see. Is it okay?
It's fine,
Need
yeah.
medical attention?
I feel alright.
See, Josh will take any opportunity to try and make himself seem like the victim. I was crawling up the mountain. My legs don't work anymore. I need a drink every day or else I get the shakes. Is that normal? Oh man, the World of T-Shirts cycle just keeps going on and on and on. I don't know, man. We'll see where this based and World of T-Shirts thing develops. I don't think anything's coming from it. How are you gonna sue Josh? He doesn't have a permanent address. You literally have to track him down on live stream in order to serve him. That would be content, you know. If Mr. Bass has made it this far into the video, that would be content. Finding Josh in the middle of, I don't know, Santa Monica Pier or something and serving him. Ooh, yeah, that would be good content. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.